Hey, what's going on guys? This is Dazs here. I wanted to give my perspective of playing 2 days into the TTK and my feelings on it. I get this asked a ton already and I figured a video would be best for those who ask. I'll be upfront that I personally am not a big fan of the current TTK. I made this video to share my thoughts and wanted to know in the comments also who liked it and get a discussion really going. I also really hope that this video is seen by EA and Dazs, and knowing that I do have the game's best interest at heart, and I will hit on some points and divulge into more details. I'm going to cover, well, who is this for, real issue players have, how it's executed, and well, what classes are affected. Let us start off with who is the patch for. If we look at the forums, Reddit, and Twitter, we can see the vocal group has been very much against this. According to Dazs, the analytics show while there is a part of the community that is against it, like myself, they made the change I personally feel to cater to more the casual audience. There's nothing wrong with that, but the problem I feel is timing. We already have gotten very much used to the game and fallen in love with the way it currently feels. Changing a game this drastically too early on, I understand why it's very upsetting. The casual gamer is not going to notice a difference, but will notice that they are staying alive overall longer in some scenarios when they weren't prior. This is actually why I've been making so many guides, because I feel good gameplay is what has been rewarding in Battlefield 5 and I want to help teach those to adapt. Some are preaching this isn't the end of the world and hardcore players need to calm down. I feel there's nothing wrong with having a healthy discussion to help solve and make all parties happy. You won't hit the exact mark, but being passionate about something you love has really no harm if it's constructive. I feel there are other aspects of the game that could have been addressed before the TTK. That is the one frame deaths occurring from netcode, missing mechanics such as a dragging mechanic, balancing the map if covers lacking, weapon balancing, and of course, a strong matchmaking system should be put in place to unite the community. The current solution I feel separates our player pool base with Conquest Core, as it's been labeled, when we should have been really on the same team of learning to play better. If the matchmaking system, balancing, proper ranking, however you want to word it, existed, then there could have been a clear indicator of explaining why you may have lost and help provide the player with knowledge. And also something to shoot for. This comes with players being united under certain game modes and matchmaking very much like you see in CSGO. The current rankings do not reflect any skill besides time played, and I feel when they say, oh, he's ranked 50, it really doesn't mean that he's a better player. The real issue is not being tackled correctly, I feel. If balancing is an issue from console versus PC, then perhaps it should be tweaked accordingly, because DICE is claiming analytics are showing perhaps after dying that they're becoming frustrated. I feel Battle Nonsense has a great video on improving communication on how one dies, such as the kill card. I've discussed this concept as well, why I feel Battlefield 1 players were frustrated when they died. Players always want to know why, yes, why they died, but also how they can counter it to learn. We have to teach those who come into the Battlefield community, yes, with the get good mentality, but isn't that what we all love about games? Improving, enjoying, and getting a really good experience of either a close game or winning. I feel we're not really giving the same fair treatment as we do with PUBG, Fortnite, and Siege. Players in these games, while they do tweak, the core vision of the game does not get overhauled like it has so early on in Battlefield 5. Players are given the time to learn to overcome obstacles, improve, and see where the wall or ceiling is occurring. We all know Battlefield 5 is rough, but the one thing I know we can agree on is the gameplay is solid. So tweaking the positive thing that players love is something I feel does not need to be focused on until other aspects are addressed. I know that being transparent can be deadly, but I want to know the data on who the change is for, because personally, I very well may be in the minority making this video. My other theory is that this move was made more around Christmas because they also want money from the casual audience to play. I can understand that. Business has to be profitable, but I feel we can, yes, make money, but find another way to do it where we're all united. This approach is risky and alienating those who lean towards the positive end of the gameplay. Also during the beta, it was tested 2 different TTKs and the response very much leaned to what we had prior to this TTK change. As you can tell, I'm trying to look at all angles and being very reasonable, and I just do not want to see the community I love be torn apart. It has been very rough for everyone. While some can claim this is dramatic, it has been hard for me not to say something when so many are being vocal and help by giving my feedback and thoughts. Also, the execution of testing could have been done via test server, which I also seen many people been vocal on to ensure the disruption of the game is not occurring. I do not think anyone can disagree with any of these points that I've made above. Also want to point out that this change actually buffs snipers. I will overall wrap up with on who this affects class 1. Scout got the biggest buff because we get more time to react. Aggressive recon is still skillful, but it took a lot Well, I feel like it took an immense amount of skill before I feel cheapened personally by the change, and it devalues what I love to do. I personally feel my work won't be as respected because I already see way more running around as scout because of the headshot potential. And while that's okay, I just don't want to see a scenario like in Battlefield 1 where all the other classes get ignored. I want to see a healthy balance of all classes. While we're in the topic of recon, the SLRs or the DMRs are hit extremely hard, taking an extra bullet, and in face of another sniper who uses a bolt action, they're just going to clearly lose. I feel how they will nerf the class if they keep this TTK is, of course, suppression. That's my biggest fear. I can see reducing bullet drop and velocity, well, not reducing bullet drop, but adding more bullet drop and possibly slowing the velocity, but of course one has to be careful with this approach. Medic out of all the classes got hit the hardest, and I just don't feel any pressure as a sniper when I encounter them at even close range. They take too long to kill me, and if I am on point with my aim, the buffs to the class just overall feel really negated. It just feels like they don't have the pushing power. So further adjustments are needed. Medic overall needs a lot of love, and while they can take more hits and heal, prolonging encounters from the medic while doing so I feel is odd as the attrition does not affect them and removes that mechanic overall. I'm unsure if this is intentional or that's the thought behind this overall for the medic class. I feel assault is just okay, and yes, they were hit. Well, hit, they're kind of still in the middle of the road. Now for support, you know, they still are extremely powerful and are still one framing with the KE7, which is also still a big complaint. So those two classes just kind of sit in the middle for me from what I have been engaging overall with the TTK from a sniper's perspective. All classes, because it takes more ammo now, if we're speaking of really attrition, I've been hit a lot harder. So is this the intent also by the TTK? I have to ask myself this, and also you guys. For a sniper being unaffected, if I headshot, I'll have to really stress about ammo, but it definitely hurts other classes as their overall ammo has not been buffed. Example, if it takes 3 shots with the SLR and they have limited bullets in the magazine or clip, I don't understand why to select them over the bolt action rifle, as they're going to really suffer not only damage, but now also ammo-wise. I feel a lot needs to be done if the current system is kept. I think it only makes the situation point more to major issues that are occurring in the game. I really want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. I want to compile a feedback list and send it to Dice and email and hopefully sort things out that everyone's really feeling. Yes, we can soapbox and bash, but let's get to the real issue and go from start to end on what we can do to make the overall experience positive for casuals and the hardcore player and unite the community altogether. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, a dislike if you did not. Thanks for watching, and appreciate the time that you took out of your day just to watch this and listen to me. I'll respond to each and every one of your comments down below and just really want to talk this out. If you think that what I'm talking about is insane, if I'm being dramatic, either way, I just really kind of want to talk it out and really get to the root issue. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.